robotics, the human mind, artificial intelligence. Who knows what brave new future we'll dream of next.
さあ飛び立とう夢に向かって
What's up, everyone? I am the Kaiju no Kami, and this is going to be my final review in this apartment. I am going to be taking a look at the follow-up to Godzilla King of the Monsters, Godzilla vs. Kong. Godzilla King of the Monsters was an utter bore fest in my book. It felt like it was multiple movies crammed into one, with a plot that was ripped out of the Saturday morning Godzilla 1998 cartoon series. The characters were lackluster, and it failed to deliver on its potential. And then Warner Brothers announced that Adam Wingard would give us the third installment to the Godzilla series, of Netflix Death Note fame. As such, my excitement for Godzilla vs. Kong dwindled. Is Godzilla vs. Kong surprisingly sophisticated? Or just another generic Godzilla movie thrown into the pile of mediocrity? Let's find out! The characters and plot. Godzilla vs. Kong is centered around three separate plots that all converge at the end of the film in the most haphazard manner possible. Our first group sees the return of Eleven, her dad the Kaiju Whisperer.
How could you doubt him? There has to be a pattern here.
There doesn't.
A reason why he was provoked.
There isn't.
How do you know that?
Because creatures like people can change.
A new friend to get into trouble named Josh, played by Deadpool's Julian Dennison.
Yeah, we want lots of candy.
What are you doing?
Oh, you mean Bernie.
A high-strung podcast conspiracy theorist.
Excuse me, what is tear?
Water. They put fluoride in it. Learned it from the Nazis.
Theory is it makes you docile, easy to manipulate.
Oh, I drink tap water.
You might be familiar with Brian T. Henry, for he voiced Miles Morales' dad in Into the Spider-Verse, played Phastos in The Eternals, was in the Child's Play remake, Bullet Train, and the television series Atlanta. Eleven and Josh teamed up with Bernie to investigate a suspicious evil corporation that Godzilla seems to have just randomly attacked, only to discover they are up to no good. An evil corporation. I know, you're all very shocked. I know, I'm shocked too. The evil corporation, deemed Apex Cybernetics, is led by Walter Simons, who Samuel Jackson Kurt Russell had a deal with in a past life when he was using the name Bob the Mexican at a lodge in Colorado during a snowstorm.
Godzilla has never attacked us unprovoked before. These are dangerous times, Dr. Lin.
Seriously though, Damien Bichir is not given much to work with, as he's as generic as your typical rich man villain tends to be in modern action movies. Only thing that sets him apart is his assistant, who is the son to Serizawa, though you wouldn't know it given how little screen time the dude has. It was a complete waste of actor Shinogiri's talents, who has quite a success in Japan with the likes of the live action adaptations to Gintama, Densha Otoko, and Hanayori Dango, on top of voicing a character in Yakuza 6.
We shouldn't rush this. We have no idea how this energy source will affect the mecha.
Get in the goddamn chair.
They don't even go into detail with his father. And while he is most likely working for Simmons for revenge, he isn't given any sort of character arc to explore this factor. I mean, his dad willingly sacrificed himself in the previous film to save the world. So why would he be on a quest of vengeance in the first place? Hell, who is his mother then? All we do know is that he is essentially the pilot for their Mechagodzilla, and that is it. Also, we have no idea where Simmons acquired two Ghidorah heads to use for his Mechagodzilla project, as he sure as hell didn't purchase them from Jonah in the last film, since that man only had one head. Speaking of whom, where is Jonah?
There's a simple explanation for that.
Our third group revolves around Rebecca Hall's Dr. Eileen Andrews, her adopted daughter and sole survivor of the Skull Island natives, Gia.
Together. You and me.
A friend of hers who published a failed book on Hollow Earth, Nathan Lind.
You always believed that Skull Island was like Hollow Earth come to the surface, right? And that's where Kong's ancestors came from. Through the entrance in Antarctica, we could help him find a new home.
And Simmons' daughter, Maya.
Yeah, don't worry. I'm just here to
babysit.
The latter three are portrayed by Kaylee Huddle, Alexander Skarsgård, and Isa Gonzalez. Skarsgård was recently featured in The Northman, along with the new adaptation of The Stand, while you may have seen Gonzalez in the likes of Baby Driver, Hobbs and Shaw, and the From Dusk Till Dawn TV series. Eileen and Gia take care of Kong on Skull Island, which has been encased in a Monarch facility thanks to an ongoing rampant storm that surrounded the island. Nathan and Maya come to Eileen to help them transport Kong to the Arctic, where they will use him to access Hollow Earth, as apparently Simmons wants the atomic energy from the place to empower Mechagodzilla.
That's a lot of fish.
In the previous movies, we were told Hollow Earth is just a series of tunnels that allowed a previous civilization and monsters to travel across the Earth quickly. Here, we find out that Hollow Earth is actually Middle Earth, just with giant monsters instead of hobbits and glitchy gravity. I was totally expecting the Balrog to step out of the shadows to fight Kong in this one scene. While Eileen and Gia are without a doubt the best characters in the film, all of our main characters are pretty one-dimensional for the most part. They just go through the motions the plot requires to them, and the ones not named Simmons are always never in any true danger because they have plot armor. The Kaiju Whisperer was completely pointless, as he didn't do a single thing in this one beyond tell his daughter she can't do something so that she can go and do the opposite of that, since that is what teenagers do.
Just trying to help.
I don't want you to help. I want you to stay safe.
Bernie exists because conspiracy theorists are funny, I guess. Josh is there because medicine doing something on her own again would be just a rehash of the last film. Furthermore, none of the characters from Skull Island are featured here. Like, what was the point of Conrad, Weaver, Brooks, and San in Skull Island if they weren't going to play any significant role in future installments? If there is one sentence I can use to describe the Monsterverse, it is a complete waste of competency and planning. Warner Brothers has shown twice now how inept they are at developing an ongoing film universe. First, they show us a lot of Titans in the last film and do nothing with them. Next, they then shelve them between films and pretend they don't exist anymore for this one. The Monsters. This one doesn't feature as many monsters as King of the Monsters did, but I'm okay with that considering how much of a mess that film was. Obviously, the stars of the show are Godzilla and King Kong. As I just mentioned, all of the other Titans from the last film are just gone. It's unclear what exactly happened to them, though I have read that they went back to their monarch nests. No idea how or why if that is true, but it seems rather dumb. It doesn't matter, however, because what matters is Godzilla is after Kong. Sort of. Apparently, Godzilla has some dino sense that knows where other high-ranking monsters are, and he uses it to battle Kong.
The island is the one thing that's kept him isolated. If he leaves, Godzilla will come for him. There can't be two Alpha Titans.
Kong, on the other hand, is just trying to survive. He's lonely, he hates living inside of a giant dome, but does it because Gia taught him how to do sign language, and she keeps him company there. Actually, I did think Kong being able to speak through sign language was a clever idea, albeit an underutilized one. Planet of the Apes totally did it better. There are some new creatures revealed to us in Middle Earth, one of which is a flying cobra type critter. We also get some skull crawlers again on top of some ferocious bird creatures. The biggest threat to Godzilla and Kong is Simmons' Mechagodzilla. I can't say I am a fan of this iteration. He's way too busy looking as if they were trying to outdo the convoluted designs of a Bayformer. Yet again, I also felt it was too soon for Mechagodzilla, especially since the movie just ignored how the last one ended to focus on its own story with Simmons using the Ghidorah skulls to control Mechagodzilla.
Mechagodzilla beat Godzilla to death.
The effects and music. Given that it's a high-budget Hollywood film that relies on 90% CGI, The studio outdid themselves in the effects department. The Godzilla and Kong CGI is truly impressive, and their fights always look as realistic as intense. They're enhanced by outstanding camera work that is done in a manner where they could have been filming two guys in a suit to get those shots. Whomever recorded the battles in such a way must have taken some lessons from the recent string of Ultraman shows when it comes to Kaiju cinematography. The sunlight during the fight on the carriers halfway through the film is quite pretty to watch. I gotta love this shot here when a plane is taking off after Kong has jumped onto its surface. There's also this bit where he uses another plane as a dart. The fur on Kong is truly exceptional as well.
And he can't survive here.
And then there is this fight in Hong Kong, which is a visual spectacle. Though, why the hell are there still people working in those buildings? Did they not see Godzilla coming miles away? Or get the memo that Godzilla was on his way there? I will say that I do find the climactic battle against Mechagodzilla to be when the CGI is at its worst. I'm not sure why. It just seems so dull and boring compared to the fights we were treated to beforehand. The soundtrack was composed by Junkie XL, and he did a good job for the most part. His remix Godzilla theme is pretty powerful and pleasing to the ears. I do wish we had more of it though. The rest of the film's soundtrack is energetic, even if it sometimes comes across more cyberpunkish than it should. I also think he did an outstanding job with the music to the opening credits.
World begins his expedition, searching for an entrance to a hidden world. The purpose is the discovery and the release to the world of the unknown.
Overall, while I found Godzilla v Kong: Dawn of Justice to be a vast improvement over King of the Monsters, I can't say the movie did anything to truly excite me. I definitely still think Godzilla 2014 and Skull Island are the superior films. But hey, you know what? This one at least you can go into and get some pretty cool looking monster battles. And I guess that's all the vast majority want. They don't want good plots in their Godzilla films for some reason. Until next time, bye.